Welcome, fight fans. Tonight I'm over in Northeast Philadelphia at Semper Fi MMA, and I'm talking to some of the guys. And right now I got my man Liam O'Toole. Liam, how you doing, my man?
Good, brother. How about you?
Listen, we're going to be cage side at Art of War Cage Fighting 41 coming up on April 5th, AOW at Valley Forge Casino, and Liam is fighting for the title, and it's a rematch. And before we talk about the fight, I just want to talk about some other things, because this is really the first interview I got to do with Liam. We talked in the cage after some of his beautiful victories. Don't get me wrong, you can catch some great pictures of us in there. He's quite a character, but he's also a hell of a fighter.
Thank you.
So, Liam, let's talk about it, how you got to this point. We talked before, you had a wrestling career. Now that you had 3 fights, 3-0 as an amateur, have been just fantastic. So fun to watch it. He's an exciting fighter too, on top of being talented. 3 fights in now. You seems to me like it slowed down a little bit for you. What have you learned 3 fights in? What do you feel more confident in now that you have 3 fights than when you first started?
Since I first started, my first fight, it was more just like an immaturity. I came in with an ego, knowing that I could fight and do something with this. Now I'm a mature person. I feel like I'm a better fighter. I'll be more technical in this fight and coming up, and I'm ready to kill. You know what I mean? I'm ready to kill.
We talked about your diet too, because
Yeah.
you know you want to go to everybody in this sport. You want to go to the UFC, so you're competing against guys, and having to lose a lot of weight makes it even more of a challenge. So you told me that you really cleaned it up. You're not cutting as much weight. Did somebody talk you into that? Is that something you learned? Because you're around a lot of guys that do this for a career, do it for a living. You're around a lot of guys who know a lot of nutrition. What hit you in the gut to make you say, you know what, I got to change the way I live full time, not just when I'm in fight camp?
I mean, I train with a lot of pros, so I get the knowledge from them, and we'll exchange like knowledge. Obviously, they help me out tremendously. I'm messing up.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're good. No, it's all good. It's all good. Listen, so talk to me now a little bit about some of the changes you made in your diet, because what I like to talk about with young guys is that, and also want to ask you about your cardio. So did you give up? Are you eating more protein, less carbs? What did you change? You give up some of the junk food?
Yeah, I'm definitely giving up junk food. I love Reese's, but I can't be eating that.
There you go. There you go.
So more protein, like ground beef, steaks, eggs. All grass-fed stuff, because all the preservatives and all the other shit that's in everything. A little less carbs. I do like a good cheesesteak and everything, but I can't have that either.
But listen, though, you cheat once in a while. Like I said, you have to have a meal once in a while. I just have a good fast afterwards. I'm sure you know all about that. Liam, let me ask you this now. A lot of the new guys, as far as cardio goes, a lot of guys don't like to run anymore. A lot of guys say, I can't mimic running in the cage. I would rather do extra rounds. What do you and your guys, how do you guys approach cardio? Do you like to run? Would you rather just do extra rounds? What's your main way of getting that extra cardio?
To me, I like doing extra rounds, whether it's on the bag or we're doing some drills. We're going extra live rounds, extra sparring sessions. A lot of my cardio comes from my training and how hard I push. It's not just running. For me, it's a lot of my training.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. I mean, like I said, I like to ask a lot of guys, because it's not just young guys. A lot of the guys that have been in the sport now, they hate running, and they're like, well, you can't really, they would rather do 10 rounds than run. You know what I mean? They find it boring, and that's awesome. Let's talk about your fight. Okay, Fran Travelli, he had a couple fights after you beat him, and in your fight against him, you guys have a little bit, you knew each other. To be honest, I thought you bullied him a little bit in that fight. You were stronger than him. And you helped him, I thought, because he learned that I have to get stronger. Yeah. And he immediately, like the week after you beat him, he was over at a strength and conditioning working on getting stronger, because you showed him, if I'm going to compete, I got to get stronger. And he's working hard, obviously. So he's obviously going to come back thinking he's a little stronger. It's a rematch. You guys are still both early in your career. Do you even care about that fight? Or are you going in there, you haven't even watched it? Talk to me a little bit about how you guys are approaching this fight.
I mean, I'm just approaching it like it's any other fighter. Obviously, I know he's probably gotten a little bit better. I believe that I got tremendously a lot better compared to a lot of people. But at the end of the day, it's like how much work I've been putting in compared to him. He could say he's putting in all this work, but I don't think he's getting the rounds and what he's doing over wherever he's training at my gym.
Awesome. Listen, once again, Liam O'Toole, appreciate him giving me some time. I know these guys are in the middle of their weight cut.